To die, to sleep, no more. And by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to, 'tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1. William Shakespeare. Chapter 1. If you're reading this, then I am no longer alive. Someone has been stalking me for the last 3 months, and, if I am dead, it wasn't an accident. Tell the police to speak to my ex-boyfriend Alex Carter about what happened in London. That's where all this started. The following people came to Rum for a walking tour, arriving on Saturday the 2nd of June. I am pretty sure one of them killed me. Joe Armstrong, Christine Cuttle, Fiona Gardner, Trevor Morgan, Malcolm Ward, Melanie Ward, Katie Ward. Their bookings and contact details can be found on the laptop in reception and in the medical files in the right-hand drawer of the desk. I've written down everything that's happened since they arrived, and before, on the attached pieces of paper. I hope you're not reading this. I hope it's screwed up in the bottom of a bin, and that I've managed to escape. I don't know what else to say. Please tell my parents that I love them, and Alex that I hope he's okay, and that he shouldn't feel bad about the way things turned out. I wish I'd never come here. I wish a lot of things. Mostly that I could turn back time. Anna Willis, Acting Manager, Bayview Hotel, Isle of Rum. P.S. I am so sorry about what happened to David. Please tell his family that he was a wonderful man, full of heart and dry wit, and I was very fond of him. Please reassure them that his passing was very quick, and he didn't suffer. Part 1. Chapter 2. Anna. 3 months earlier. Sunday the 25th of February. The mood in the car couldn't be more different than it was on Friday. On the way to the Brecon Beacons, I couldn't hear the radio above the chatter and laughter. The team groaned when I told them we'd be spending a weekend in February on a team-building retreat, but most of them rallied once they got in the car. Now, on the way back to London, they're subdued, physically and mentally exhausted, and, more than likely, hungover. Mohammed, sitting beside me in the passenger seat, is snoring. Peter, who amused the table with his impression of Michael Mackintosh over dinner last night, now has his head against the window and his coat pulled up over his shoulders. Beside him, Freddie Lang has his headphones jammed over his ears, his eyes shut, and his arms crossed over his chest. I doubt he remembers what he said about me last night. I know he was drunk, they all were, but it doesn't excuse the things he said when he thought I'd gone to bed.
I can't believe she's going for the marketing director job. She's got no chance.
Freddie's voice drifted across the hotel lobby to the desk where I was waiting impatiently for the receptionist to replace my wiped room card. I knew immediately that he was talking about me. Helen Mackesy, Director of Marketing, had been poached, leaving a vacancy, and it had my name on it. Unfortunately, Phil Akers, Sales Promotion Manager, had been making noises about going for it too.
She's really out of touch with digital marketing,
Freddie said.
She's been in the job for so long, she can't even find the pulse, never mind put her finger on it.
There was a low laugh. Mohammed, most probably. I knew it wouldn't be Peter. He was 40, 8 years older than me, and kept himself to himself. Mo and Freddie were closer in age, mid-20s, and sat together at work. They spent more of their time chatting than working, but I never told them to be quiet. They were professionals, not children. As long as they got their work done and didn't disrupt the others, I let it go. There was a pause in the conversation. Then Freddie laughed uproariously.
MySpace advertising. Fucking love it. Yeah, she's probably been telling Tim that blogs are the next big thing in social media marketing. GeoCities blogs.
More cold, cruel, mocking laughter. My stomach tightened. I'd worked to get where I was. I'd been desperate to go to university to study design after my A-levels, but we couldn't afford it. Mum had been working 2 jobs, and I owed it to her to start helping out financially. After what felt like a million interviews and 2 years working in a hotel bar, I was finally offered a job as a marketing assistant for a computer software firm. My boss, Vicky, was brilliant. She took me under her wing and taught me everything she knew. That was 12 years ago, and digital marketing was still in its infancy, but I loved it. I still do. "Miss Willis," the receptionist called as I marched across the lobby, the blood pounding in my ears. "Miss Willis, your room card?" There was a yelp of surprise, the squeal of trainers on tiles, and more laughter. By the time I reached the lounge, Freddie and Mo were gone. Mo snorts in his sleep, snapping me back to the icy, glistening road beyond the windscreen. The drizzle that clung to our hair and faces as we got into the car a little after 8 a.m. is now icy hail. The wipers speed back and forth, squeaking each time they sweep left. The sky is inky black, and all I can see is a blurry refraction of the orange-red tail lights of the car in front. We finally hit the M25. Not long now until we're back in London. I'll drop the boys at a tube station, then go home. But I'm not sure I want to. Squeak, swish, squeak, swish. The wipers move in time with my pulse. I've had too much coffee, and my heart jumps in my chest whenever I remember what Freddie said last night. After he fled the lobby, I searched the ground floor of the hotel for him, fueled by anger and indignation, then gave up and went to my room to ring Alex, my boyfriend. He didn't pick up on the first ring, or the second. He isn't a fan of phone calls at the best of times, but I wanted to hear a friendly voice. I needed someone to tell me that I wasn't a bad person, or shit at my job, and everything was going to be okay. I texted him instead. "I've had a really shit night. We don't have to chat long. I just want to hear your voice." A text pinged back a couple of seconds later. "Sorry, in bed. We can talk tomorrow." The curt tone of his message sliced through what was left of my self-confidence. We drifted apart. I'd sensed it for a while, but I was too scared to bring it up because I didn't have the energy to fix what was broken, or the headspace to deal with a breakup. I pulled myself into my work instead. Sometimes I'd stay late because I couldn't bear the thought of going home and sitting on the sofa with Alex, each of us curled into the armrests, ignoring the space between us but feeling the weight of it, as though it were as large and real as another person. Maybe I shouldn't go for the marketing director job. Maybe I should give up work, leave Alex and move to the countryside. I could go freelance, buy a small cottage and a dog, take long walks and fill my lungs with fresh air. There are days at work when I feel I can't breathe, and not just because of the pollution. The air's thinner at the top of the ladder, and I find myself clinging to it, terrified I might fall. Freddie would love it if I did. Squeak, swish, squeak, swish. Get home. Get home. The hail is falling heavily now, bouncing off the windscreen and rolling off the bonnet. Someone snorts in their sleep, making me jolt, before they fall silent again. I've been driving behind the car in front for a couple of miles now, and we're both keeping to a steady 70 miles an hour. It's too dangerous to overtake, and besides, there's something comforting about following their red fog lights at a safe distance. Squeak, swish, squeak, swish. Get home. Get home. I hear a loud, exaggerated yawn. It's Freddie, stretching his arms above his head and shifting in his seat.
"Anna, can we stop at the services? I need the loo."
"We're nearly in London."
"Can you turn the heating down?"
he adds as I glance from the rearview mirror to the road.
"I'm sweating like a pig."
"I can't. The heater on the windscreen's not working, and it keeps fogging up."
"I'm going to open a window then."
"Freddie, don't!" Anger surges through me as he twists in his seat and reaches for the button. "Freddie, leave it!" It happens in the blink of an eye. One moment there is a car in front of me, red tail lights a warm, comforting glow. The next, the car is gone. There's a blur of lights and the blare of a horn, frantic and desperate. And then I'm thrown to the left as the car tips to the side. And all I can hear is crunching metal, breaking glass, screaming. And then nothing at all.